Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a fun look. We are going to do something that I've never done before. I've seen other people do it, so I thought it was my time to try this. Everything that I'm wearing right now is from Dollar General. So watch this video to find out what products I'm using, what I liked and what I didn't like, and what works and what doesn't work. So today, everything specifically that I'm using is all stuff from Dollar General, stuff I've never used before. There's one thing that I did forget to buy, and that is primer. So the primer that I'm using today is the Morphe Equalizer primer. It is a very affordable primer. It's very cheap. I would say it's the same price point as probably something you might find at Dollar General. Maybe a little more. I think it was $7. So we'll start with that. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my foundation next. The foundation that I was able to find is this foundation that everyone loves. I've actually never tried this Wet n Wild foundation. I have read and seen so many good things about it, but I've actually never had the opportunity to try it. So this is one thing I am really excited about. Let's try it out. This might be a little too dark for me. Oh yeah. Okay. This is too dark. We'll make it work. Well, it's a summer look, right? You know? Normally I am more tan by this, by this time of the year, but this weather lately has been garbage. It's like supposed to freeze tonight and it's the middle of May. This is probably the worst I've ever applied. Okay, whatever. First impressions are, I like it pretty good. And it's not too terribly dark. I mean, it's too dark, but it's not too terribly too dark. I think I'm in denial about how translucent I have become not being in the sun. Really not bad. I don't know. So the coverage of this foundation for me isn't that it is super heavy. It's definitely buildable. I think it does a pretty good job. I'm not going to put any more on. I think I like what we are working with so far. Now I'm going to go on with some concealer. The concealer that I was able to grab is the LA Colors Conceal It. I've seen good things about this concealer, so I figured if I'm going to grab one from Dollar General, it's going to be this one. Okay, so it's a brush. Oh. I don't even know what just happened to that concealer. Can you even tell I have any? I don't know. Okay, not crazy about this concealer. If you need something really concealed and hid, I would say this is probably not the best one. If you're looking for like light coverage with a little bit of highlight capability, then this one might be a good one. We'll see. We don't have a final opinion yet. And you can see where I made that line on my nose, it took off the foundation that was under it. You see that? So now it crazy about this. It's definitely not the worst concealer I've ever used, for sure. And for Dollar General, not bad. But our standard is Dollar General, not Ulta. Okay, so I have really hollow under eyes. I've got very strong blue veins under my eyes. So oftentimes the combination of those blue veins and the hollow eyes and the really thin skin right there, you can see those blue veins and you can see the hollowness in my eye. So finding a really good concealer for my under eye is very important for me. This one's not great. You can still kind of see my bags. You can see the hollowness of it and those blue colors peeking through a little bit. So normally my next step would be to do the translucent setting powder and then put on a blush. But the blush that I was able to find is a cream blush. So if I was to go ahead and do my translucent powder, my setting powder, and then do my cream blush, I think that cream would not sit on top of that translucent powder very well. So I'm going to go ahead and do the cream blush first, blend it out, and then do the translucent setting powder and see how that looks. So the blush that I was able to find is this. It is, I've never seen this before. They had their own little section in Dollar General of this. It's called Believe Beauty. I'm really excited. It's like opening a new jar of peanut butter. It's so smooth. So let's test that out. Oh, okay. So it's pretty pigmented. I guess we'll go right in with the Beauty Blender and see what we can do. I think maybe a little more. Okay, so I think if I put a little bit more on than I need, when I go over it with that translucent setting powder, it's going to, you know, obviously it's going to cover some of that up. Hopefully it will bring some of this down. I am going to blend this out though. I think that's probably as good as that's going to get. So the translucent setting powder that I was able to find is also from Believe Beauty. Again, this is all products I've never used before. It's normally all stuff I've heard of, but I've never heard of this Believe Beauty, so I'm thinking this must be a new brand that may be featured at Dollar General. Let's see. I can't get it open. Gonna so it doesn't seem to be a really dense thick powder, which is what I look for in a setting powder, meaning that I look for something very thin, lightweight, a veil. The thing about translucent setting powders is that sometimes when you put it on, it will darken up what you were working on. So I've noticed a lot with my cheaper setting powders that it will turn yellow or orange or just won't look right at all. So that's why I'm going to go in with this one a little bit more light than I would with my Laura Mercier setting powder. Not too terrible, honestly. It didn't really darken up that much. I do have a little bit of a makeup line because that foundation is not my color, but we do what we can. Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with highlighter and bronzer and see what we can do with this. I found this tiny little palette. Here we have a nice shimmery highlight, and over here we have a pretty nice shade for contour. Let's try it out. They really foolproof this makeup. Cool. Boom. Let's swatch some of that there. Oh, wow. Not too bad. Okay. We'll see. Gonna start with that bronzer. So since this bronzer isn't insanely pigmented, I like that because it's buildable. I like something that you can start with that's a little bit lighter and put more on it. There's been some contours, bronzers that I've used where you put just a little bit on and it is extremely dark and hard to blend out. So now, since this foundation shade is not my color, we're gonna blend this bronzer down the neck. The best way to tell if you have a makeup line is to give yourself the worst double chin. All right, let's try out this highlighter, see if it's worth anything. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, definitely recommend using a different brush than this for that highlight, but I've already committed. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think I'll probably end up using that one. I like it. Now we're gonna go into this brow pencil I got. I saw one similar to this brow pencil in the Wet n Wild section. I thought if we were gonna do this in the true Dollar General fashion, we'd go in with something a little bit cheaper with the LA color Browy Wowie. A spoolie. Oh, okay. I like the applicator of this one. It's not just a stick. You can see it's angled. And let's do it. Let's see how this looks. When it comes to eyebrows, I don't like to do anything crazy. I like the natural shape of my eyebrows, and even if I don't wax them for a while, I like the shape pretty well. So when I do my eyebrows, I try to do something a little bit more natural. I don't go for that picture perfect, beautiful eyebrow that some people do and it looks amazing. But for me personally, I just find that it's a little bit easier, less time consuming, and more natural looking for me, just to fill in the little sparse patches that I do have. Overall, I really kind of like that eyebrow pencil. What do you think? You like it? So instead of getting an eyeshadow palette, because I'm so picky about eyeshadow palettes and I don't like the colors that they choose for the cheaper palettes. I don't like lots of shimmers. I'm more of a matte person. So it's not that I'm against cheap eyeshadow, because I don't mind to buy cheap eyeshadow from Ulta, Sephora, stuff like that. It's just that these options at Dollar General were minimal. So I was able to pick up the packaging on this, y'all. I'm telling you, Okay. I was able to pick up this multicolor stick from Wet n Wild. I've never used anything like this before. So it's just a cream eyeshadow on a stick. I've really liked purple eyeshadow lately, so I figured we would just do kind of a mono look. I've noticed that with the pastel colors like pink and mint and peach and those type colors, that mono look, that mono color on the eyeshadow looks really, really good. You don't need to add lots of shades and lots of darks, just to have a little bit of fun with some color. So that's what we're going to do today. So my first impression of this one is that it's not extremely pigmented, which is fine. We will keep working with it and see if we can make it into something really cool. So for this look, I'm just going to go right above my crease. I'm not going to go any higher. And then I'm going to take just a little brush. This one I actually got at Dollar Tree. This brush was $1, Wet n Wild, and it's one of my favorite brushes. So this one doesn't really blend out that much, which for this specific situation isn't great, but for any other situation, if you're really trying to do just a really cool defined look, which is mostly what these are meant for, then this is probably perfect. Like I said, it's not extremely pigmented, but it is a really pretty purple, so we'll keep going. Okay, not bad. I'm not really going to try to blend it out much because, like I said, with pastels, look good with that hard line over your crease without blending it out. It's just a different type of look, you know. Let's see. Oh, God. I don't know if it was. But I am going to go under the eye with this. We are just going to go stupid purple. So I did get these fake lashes while I was there. They are from Kiss. They are Mink Effect in the lash eras. I thought that if I saw some faux mink lashes at Dollar General, it would be a crime to not try them and test them out. So that's what we're going to do. That's really not a bad lash. Pretty dramatic. I need to put some mascara under it. Let's put the other one on. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about these lashes. I think these lashes with like a more glam look would be really nice. So the thing about this light purple look is it's not a glam look. It's more of a fun pop of color, youthful look. These eyelashes though are pretty nice. I don't know, what do you think? Do you like it with this purple? I don't know. You let me know and tell me what you think. And if you like these lashes, I got them at the Dollar General, baby. So last but not least, I've got this really fun, glittery pink lip gloss. I figured that since we were doing a purple eyeshadow, a really youthful look, that we'd go with a little bit of a more youthful lip with not crazy color, since we're doing the pop of color on the eyelids. Yeah, it's iridescent. All right, so this is it. This is the look. Everything that I have gotten, I will list in the description below. You can get it at your local Dollar General. If your town is anything like mine, then you have a million of them and you cannot miss them. overall, I think this was kind of a cute look. It's nothing extreme. It's just something fun, something cheap, something youthful and playful. I really wish that these eyelashes weren't so dramatic so that you could see the purple eyeshadow a little bit more. But these eyelashes are a really good eyelash. I'm pretty impressed for the price point, and then I got them at Dollar General. With such a simple look, I think this look probably would have looked best with just mascara. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments below about what you think, maybe what you would have done differently, or what you liked about this look. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.